February 9th, evening, edge of bridge. I put the 4 flasks in the giant's chalice, then moved it to the ceremony site where the ground gave way and a stone bridge appeared. There's some kind of garage or warehouse on the other side. Heisenberg's place, I presume. I don't want to be apart from Rose, but there's only a little left to do. Wait for me, my dear. February 9th, evening, factory underground. Heisenberg asked me to help him, but he just wants to use Rose against Miranda. Miranda, Heisenberg, they're all the same. Fighting over Rose's power, something that's no match for any of them? Crazy. I mean, Rose is... she's just a baby. I need to get to the surface so I can save her. Climbing higher in the factory. Oh, we've got so much more to go. What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome back to Resident Evil Village. Hey, Duke. Bye, Duke. I'm scared. I know we just turned the power on, but there could be soldats in the walls. Now that we've seen that they could just fully automatically jump out and scare you, they could be anywhere. And since we got the electricity running, there is now what is essentially an infinite amount of soldats just popping through the entire factory. It's a scary thought. But I'm sure we can handle it. We're supposed to press a button and continue on forward, but I'm gonna do a little sidetracking first. We turned the power on, and there was one small area here that we weren't able to go into yet. I want to go in now, because we won't be coming back here for a long time. In fact, if we come here now, we won't have to come back. As far as world building goes, there have been a lot of changes between concept and what we got in the final product. Heisenberg was always meant to be a factory worker, somebody who works with metal, and then he was given an army. And guess what? That army is fully automatized! There we go, we'll go with automatized. Fully automatic! What? How did that not hit? There we go, there's a nice solid hit. So that's probably the main love I have with this shotgun here, is you can basically shoot anywhere and you will hit something. It's kind of the deal with most shotguns, but yeah, the blast radius on this thing is just, oh, so delicious. The only reason I bring up Heisenberg's occupation is we're about to get a podcast from him. Hello, beautiful! Oh, please, 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 get on there. Woo! Thy will be done indeed. Oh, that just added extra power to the Wolf's Bane. Woo! Oh my gosh, it's a little hot in here, or did I just get an equipment for the Magnum? Goddamn. Let's listen to a podcast from Heisenberg.
Medical log. Revitalization surgery. This is my 18th attempt. The subject is Oscar the Stable Boy, 20 years old. He fell down the well while drunk. Body is in good condition. Chest incision complete. Now to remove the heart and vital organs and implant the control device. Excellent. Godot has begun adhering to the nervous system. It's progressing even faster than before. It seems upping the ratio of meta-albumin in the artificial blood was the right choice. Now to pass a current through the brainstem using 6,600 volts. Come on. It has to work this time. Yes. Yes! Ha 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 ha! Wonderful! My creation! At last! I'll get that bitch yet. Ha 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 ha! Ending recording.
My dude, Heisenberg, that was a great podcast, man! Man, has anybody told you you have a face for radio? I mean, you could continue on with this luxurious, factory business. You're creating your own army, but my dude, you could be a Let's Player. Hell, you could be a talk show host. I'd listen. I'd listen to every episode, Heisenberg. Don't you even doubt. Okay, we got everything. Let's move on to another thing that I actually missed. I'm sorry, I didn't check the map. There was something right there. You could barely see it in the darkness, but you want to get this. A lovely little hidden gem down here is a yellow quartz. Easy 10,000 gold. Or lei, pardon me. Yeah, I just think I had an epiphany about this entire thing. The horror archetype that Heisenberg is modeled after is Frankenstein's monster. It works in two different ways. He is creating life from dead body parts, and it works in a different way with Heisenberg himself. There it is. Yeah, so the factory has just like a bunch of gems scattered everywhere. Be sure to pick them up for a big payday. Alright, making some progress. We turned on the lights. That's good. What else could be lurking in the dark? God only knows. Actually, I knows. There's gonna be a guy with 2 drills coming through here. I'm just gonna spoil the surprise. Mainly because you always remember when you have an annoying fight, right? You always remember the annoying fights. Even though this guy isn't that bad. Ow! And they give you a proper place where you can fight him. It's just a whole thing. So instead, I just want to go over the occupational, not hazards, but everybody's occupation. Because I've been looking through the concept art, just looking through all that glorious, glorious art that I'm glad saw the light of day. I'm glad it didn't just stay in a developer's pocket. The big difference between concept and reality, Dimitrescu is a winemaker, so that makes sense. It makes a good vintage out of, the younger the better, to a certain extent. We have Moreau, who is a doctor. You actually saw his clinic over when we went to the... when we went to the reservoir. Heisenberg works in his factory, Metalworks, and Donna's a doll maker. Interesting thing, Beneviento House was actually going to be a doctor's house. You were originally going to be inspecting a corpse that looked eerily similar to your dead wife, Mia, but instead they went for a puppet or a doll that had to be constructed over time thanks to Donna, and they kind of modeled it after a Chinese puzzle box. So, nice little bits there. Oh god.
You again?
Yep. You never forget when you come up to an annoying enemy! There we go. Easy there, Sawface. Who is it? Denki? Ease yourself, Chainsaw Man. You will be fine on the other side of that door. See? He's already gone. Yeah, as soon as you cross the threshold, he just stops banging. And now we are where I would like to consider part 2 of the entire factory itself. We're at basement 3. Going up, up, up. Pull this lever, please. And then wait patiently. Hey, Duke! What's going on, man? Yeah, this entire place is connected by this giant elevator. Thank God they thought of that. Having to go all the way back down and see the Duke would have driven me mad. But no, they're good developers, so yay! We can now go between the 3 floors and pick up what we may have forgotten. Speaking of forgotten, I hope you got everything before we ran away from Chainsaw Face. Because you can't go back.
Please come again.
Because we closed the door behind us and he kind of ruined it, we're not going back that way. If you miss something, it's fine. It's not like something huge, like a treasure that you could miss. It's mainly ammo. Damn it. Hey! Got him! And there we go. Quit hanging around, you oaf. Shoot down a soldat hanging from the production line. He's got plenty of them. He's not gonna miss just one, unless that was his favorite, in which case... Damn it, Winters!
Got a long way to go.
Yes, Ethan, we do. Thank you for pointing this out. We're gonna be in this factory for a hot minute, so... Back to the topic that I had on hand. I've already mentioned that Heisenberg... There was some concept art of him going around a graveyard and digging up corpses. Funny thing, Moreau was set to do the same thing. Originally in the reservoir, you would have found him walking through his sunken city, or, you know, his flooded part of the reservoir, looking for bodies to experiment on. So it's cool how there was kind of a role reversal there. I believe Heisenberg was always meant to create an undead army, but hold on, he has to wax poetically.
Oh, she doesn't care for us. No. She's long lost all her humanity. I must destroy her.
I don't give a shit about your family drama.
Oh, is Heisenberg not getting in, is not having a good time with Mom Miranda? Oh no, I guess we'll have to kill them both so they'll both stop bitching. You know, I'm actually kind of glad we didn't get the whole family Heisenberg. Can you imagine, what was it, 5 different people on the intercoms just going, Mother Miranda, that bitch! We'll kill her! Yeah, good idea to have Mother Miranda and just one family member for Heisenberg. Just him. Although... having his twin brother here might have livened things up a little bit. At least, I think. We'd have to, unfortunately, kill them off at the same time, but, you know, a duo Heisenbergs, 2 giant mechanical hammers, that just sounds kind of bitchin', honestly. I could see it. I kind of want it, honestly. Heisenberg's a good character. They kind of turned him into this little wuss here in the factory. What he's saying makes perfect sense. He just does it a lot. Again, I think he hasn't had much human contact lately. The only other people he was able to talk to are the other lords, and we kind of killed them. Oops. But maybe he'll send out his podcast for all of his listeners to view what he is doing. And even though it's a crime against nature and, you know, life itself... Uh-oh. I'm missing something. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Even though his body horror is against nature and everything good, there'll still be at least one person in his comment section saying, yeah, everybody else is a hater if you don't like reanimating corpses. Woo! Internet culture has... it's made me lose faith in humanity sometimes. This is cool. Blow up the cool thing. They actually give you a pipe bomb before this. Free money. You know, if I was able to go back in time during the development of this, I wouldn't change anything. Oh, trust me, I don't want to change a thing. But I would actually add something. Every time an explosion goes off, I want Heisenberg to respond to it. It's like, what the fuck is that? What are you doing down there? I mean, that would pinpoint the fact that he knows where you are the entire time, which he shouldn't, because this factory's huge. I don't think he can read minds. But, yeah, I just think that would be a funny little added detail. And what on earth? Well, we found the shredder. You know what? I'm honestly okay with this section. Like, Factory 2, Basement 3, essentially. This is a good section. There are a lot of cool things that happen here. And I can imagine how everybody was racking their brains trying to figure out what to do in a setting like this. I compared this early on to the boat in Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and I think I can take that back. Because of these guys.
Another one?
There is a... There is enough variety to keep this fresh. Way more than there was in the entirety of the ship section in Biohazard. We have flying enemies now. They can fly a short distance to attack you. They can jump platforms and come and get you. This is really cool. You can see the different types of Soldat that Heisenberg was making. He was expecting aerial combat, and so he gave them jetpacks. Everything's better with jetpacks. As you can see, he also added armor. And even though his little Iron Man core there is still exposed, it's still a small price to pay. And honestly, this isn't an oversight on Heisenberg's part. I honestly think it's so he can stop his own creation. Like how you need to have an off button for your Frankenstein's monster, excuse me. That's probably the only reason those are still exposed. And also because this is a video game. There we go. God, now that I'm thinking back about it, I truly did not like the ship section. It just went on, and it was dark, and you had to fight mold, and it was so boring. God, no matter how many times I play it, I will always say the ship section sucks. But it's fine. It had a huge story bit. It was the big revelation that tied the whole plot together. It's fine. I guess. There we go. Alright, 3 giant orange dots, but the fan is still going. Something else needs to change. I see a light. Yep, there it is. Big old light. Uh-oh. That is so flippin' cool. I thought the fan was going to drop down the first time I played this, and I thought I had to, run for cover. No. It just stops and makes a perfect staircase. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, I love it. It's just a neat little effect. Also seeing it grind to a halt. I mean, look at this thing. You get mulched in an instant. That's why it's able to chop up metal pieces. It's just really neat. I love it. Very nice, very nice. And, yeah, we are making our way. The general progression of Ethan slowly going upwards in the factory, like a mouse going through the house's ductwork and all that, is very fascinating to me. You can actually feel the progress. Ooh, I know what this place is. Soldat Jets! Attached a jetpack and head stabilizers to a Soldat greatly improves mobility. He leaves notes on the fact that he made his Soldat army better with jetpacks. Soldat Panzer attached aluminum alloy shielding to a Soldat to protect chest reactor and exposed flesh. He is invincible against regular firearms. Armor doesn't hold up against strong blasts. Hint, hint. We'll be getting to this in this episode. It is a great evolution. Because we've had the regular Soldats that just have the 1 needle arm. Then we had one with 2, reactor in the back. And then we have jetpacks, everything better. And then he has notes for 1 more. Nice hint. And that part is missable. Kills me sometimes when reading a simple note on a desk means you miss out on the reason a new enemy type shows up. But it's alright. We're good. We're good. You definitely want to come back here because this has the mold for the ball. This is how we solve the labyrinth. And also just more ammo, more stuff. More stuff is always good. Okay. We are very close to probably one of the highlights of the factory. The beginning, the middle, and the end, they all have particular highlights that I like talking about. We're going to get to the one that I died to the first time I played. You can see that, I can see that. Ethan can't! Be quick!
Shit, that was close.
Mr. Winters, I believe you are experiencing something we like to call Leon S. Kennedy type luck. Because you should have died. That gigantic fan should have mulched you, my friend. But it didn't, so you're good. You know who has better luck than Ethan? This goat! How did that goat not get killed by the gigantic fan? I mean, you know, good for the goat. But holy cow, that thing was friggin' huge and nearly killed me, so I'm glad we were able to dodge it. Yeah, I really like that part. It's very simplistic, very easy to die, but I'm so glad it's there. It's just like one of those things like, oh yeah, there should be a giant intake fan. That'd be pretty neat. Hopefully the player knows how to shoot the orange glowing thing. They've done it a few times through this factory. And believe it or not, we are almost done with Basement 3. It's much shorter than... Oh, I'd never noticed that other ladder over there. It's unfortunate you can't get to it. Yeah, the middle section is a lot shorter, and believe it or not, we are almost done with the factory altogether. We still have quite a few things to do, and more monologues. Speaking of which, hey Heisenberg, you got something to say to me? Please? I know you got something to say to me, come on. Come on. I think it's on the elevator, actually. Let's see.
Soon, she'll start her ceremony with your rose. If that happens, it's all over. For your kid. And for the whole village. But don't worry. I'll stop it. I'll use Rose to kill Miranda. Poor Papa. You're the only one who doesn't see your kid's power.
Take Rose? I'd like to see you try.
Ethan, you left her in the chalice, you big dolt. Nah, I'm just kidding. You know, that actually gave me the visual imagery of Heisenberg literally throwing pieces of Rose at Mother Miranda. But, like, she's coated in holy water or some shit like that. So it's just like, ah, Heisenberg, I see you've come to meet your fate. What is that? What is that? Eat this, bitch! Or maybe that's what the wonton soup is, with all the rose parts. It's actually holy water. And then he just roast her. Oh, man. We are so high up right now. I love it. The scale of this place. And it doesn't even look that big from the outside. More? Except we went downwards. So that makes perfect sense. I had to think about it for a second. Okay. Here we go. We are at Basement 1, the storage unit. We are almost to the tip-top of the factory. We have a few things to do, though, so let's do those few things. Oh, Duke. I would like to see your bright and smiling face before I do anything else. So please... please? Duke? Hey, there you are. What's up? Alright, now let's get something that is just a little out of the way, and I had no idea you could do this. I totally missed it my first couple times. It just seems so simple now that I look at it. They give you the perfect opportunity to see that things are different. This was also before I, like, spam the map every time I pick something up. Is that the end? Is that the end? No? Okay. But it gives Ethan another chance to zipline! Hey, yeah! Yoink. Oh, that's good. We have so many things that we can sell to the Duke. And that is completion on items. Nice. I wonder if Duke would buy... Like, okay, hear me out. Since everything is, like, crystallizing around here, what if he, like, shot Heisenberg's foot and then tried to sell it? Maybe that wouldn't work, and maybe I'm just thinking of things off the top of my head. Well, anyway, we've got a long way to go. We need to head back to the forge so we can use those new molds. But keep an eye out. It's coming up. There is a collectible right there. There was a hidden goat between the 3rd and 1st floor. I never found that. Ever. Until practice.
It's dark.
And here we get into the fear of the dark. Donna's domain is in the dark with her dolls. But here, there was a power shortage. It's either that or we caused it. But this is where I think the factory shines. Because the only thing you can see in the dark are the Soldats' bodies as they come barreling towards you. Need I remind you? Something I noticed with the Soldat is I think if you take the mask off, they go into kind of like a berserk mode. Because that's just a regular guy with no mask. So I think if you take those masks off, they're coming for you. And it is actually very unnerving to be walking through this darkness and hear the revving of a drill coming right at you. Speaking of which, a couple more have shown up since we last been here. One protecting the forge, and one dead protecting the forge. Learn your place, Soldat. Get a jetpack. Alright, we got this key mold, and this is the only way to progress. But this is also a lovely path to get another treasure. There we go, I think that cooled it off enough. Heisenberg's key. How he lost his first key, I will never know. Maybe he throws it away every time he uses it, which is why he has the mold. Doesn't make a lick of sense, but sure, from a gameplay standpoint, awesome. I mean, you know, thinking about it, they could have just given you the key, but the reason they didn't is so you had to come back through this place in the dark. That is fantastic. And right there, that is the last ball for the final labyrinth. And after you have created everything in the foundry, then it finally turns blue. So if you're wondering why it wasn't turning blue before, that's why. I see we have found Heisenberg's private quarters. Let's go ahead and open up his place here. Let's see what he's been keeping in his room. Oh, fantastic. A bunch of zombies. Oh, and a gigantic trophy, it looks like. Oh, his podcast might be taking off. He has 100,000 subs. Bro. Let's see you get that gold plaque, dude. And maybe in a few years, if you, like, become bigger than... oh, God, I don't even know who's popular on YouTube anymore. Get that 100 million subs, bro. Get that ruby play button. There's a lot of goodies in Heisenberg's room, but the main reason you came here is for this lovely thing. Heisenberg's shaft. Anyway, combine it with the cylinder, and no joke, you have stolen his favorite possession, his hammer. In the background, I'm just expecting... What? This is Heisenberg's hammer! It's too heavy to use, so we can't use it as a weapon, but we can sell it to the Duke, and that is hilarious. So let's go do that. Ooh! You remember that foreshadowing? What's up? This Soldat has what is basically 2 full suits of armor, blocking you from being able to kill it. But 2 explosions takes off all of its armor. Or a majority of it. You could probably blow it up one more time and it would fully work. But in order to expose it, yeah, you need to take off multiple layers of metal plating. Completely invincible, as Heisenberg says, but not explosion-proof. That is some great setup and payoff. The factory has a lot of good setup and payoff, man. It tells you about something and then immediately gives you that payoff. The perfect crystal mechanical heart. They give you a big chunk of change for being able to take these guys down. So, bravo. I mean, it would really suck if you had to fight another one directly after the first one, but I'm glad they don't even consider doing that. Son of a bitch! You know what? I'm not about this game. Here you go. What? What happened to my other mine? Ah, shit. I think I found the one fatal flaw in all the mines. The fact that they explode when in contact with other explosions. Oh, God, when will I learn? Just need to get another mine. Alright, I need you to please stand down. What? How tough is this guy? I exploded him twice! There we go. Not only did he make them indestructible, he gave them a big chunk of health, man. Whew. Luckily, we don't have to return here anymore. We have everything. Let's go ahead and pick up the Treasure of the Labyrinth. And, you know how the other 3 labyrinths were kind of, ah, this is fun, oh wow, I'm having such a great time. This one sucks. It is the hardest of all the labyrinths. But that's not saying much because these are just like little mini games. There are a lot of points where your ball just falls off the labyrinth. But that's not the hard part. The hard part is actually the momentum. So you notice right here, you have to balance on this gigantic gear and angle it to where... nope! And angle it to where it won't fall off. But you also have to watch out for... Damn it. You also have to watch out for this route right here. Everything else seems... the rest of it is pretty much a cakewalk. It's mainly... It's mainly... I forgot there was an opening there. You mainly just have to watch out and... oh, this one is actually pretty devious. You need to wait for the trolley to show up so it can drop down here and it doesn't get knocked off by the train. That's pretty cool. And I actually like that you can just give it a little ride. It's like, yay, I'm on my way to the final exit. Woo! Still pretty fun. Took me a couple of attempts. I'm sure many people can do it a lot better than I can. These labyrinths have been really fun. And now they are done. The Bister Skull. The final labyrinth skull. We've done it. We've done everything. Alright, Duke. Time to sell you this cruddy skull.
You wish to make a purchase?
God, how boring must it be to just sit there and fall asleep while waiting for somebody to make a purchase? 25,000 for those crystal mechanical hearts, and 45 for Heisenberg's hammer. Huge payday here in the factory.
No, I'm more than happy to purchase it.
Alright, let's go ahead and make this happen, why don't we?
One moment, please.
Free upgrade in the ammo department. Always appreciated. A little bit of extra power on that shotgun because I want to be taken seriously. And a little upgrade for the Wolfsbane because I am a man. And that is how you blow through all the money you just made.
Good day then.
Oh man. Well, it's okay. It's all for a good cause. Now, let's see if I can remember. Got it! Woo! Alright.
Très bien.
Oh, thank you, Duke. That is officially everything that we can do in the factory besides move forward. We've got Heisenberg's key, and only a little bit of the factory left. Next time on Resident Evil Village, we are actually escaping the factory, and hopefully have a one-on-one with Heisenberg. See you guys next time.